My kids had to go away for this topic as we talk about sex magic. We be putting it down in here to manifest money. Yes, you can manifest money with sex. Using the sexual energy is one of the most magical, powerful, secretive, magnetic manifesting techniques out there, and using it to bringing money and abundance is honestly like one of my happy places, because I love pleasure and I love sex, and I think majority of humans do. So why not combine both of them to live a life of abundance, right? In this video, we be getting nasty in this video, not too nasty, but we will be talking about sex magic and how sex magic works energetically, the deep link in connection between sex and money, a step-by-step money ritual, and last but not least, manifesting money through masturbation is one of the most powerful techniques out there, and is one of the most potent to use in my opinion, in my experience. If you want to ride with me within my M3 community to attract money and abundance as we explore the sexual energy to bring in to become financially free. Okay, so hold up. Before we get into like the juicy part, there's a disclaimer here. Remember that sex energy is extremely sacred, and you do not want to share that energy with anybody. You just don't want to be dicking down the place to attract money, because it's not going to work like that. The deeper the connection you have with the partner you're with, the stronger the magnetic field will be in order for you to attract money. Share this experience with someone you love and trust. So point number one, what is sex magic and how does it actually work? First off, sex magic is the practice of harnessing your sexual energy, which is the purest form of creative life energy directed to a specific intention. Sex energy is one of the most potent energy force out there in the universe, because think about it, we actually use sex to create life. When you build up that energy and you release it on a specific intention, you're not only supercharging that intention, you're also activating your energy centers. The key energy centers that you're activating are your root chakra, which sexual energy starts from here. If you feel unsafe and unstable with money, there's most likely a blockage within that energy center. But if you feel safe and secure and stable with yourself sexually and with money, that energy center is most likely open. Not saying if you have a blocked root chakra, you can't experience an orgasm, but you might not be experiencing as pleasurable as it could be. Number two, your sacral chakra. This energy center is for pleasure, passion, and creative energy. And this chakra is so important because this is where the energy of money resides. That means that they are vibrating on the same frequency, because they're both creative force energy. The third chakra is your solar plexus, which is about power and creativity. This is where energy is transformed into action. When you focus on pleasure and intention, you are activating pure magnetism. Your crown chakra. At the peak of pleasure, you will have to draw that energy from your root chakra all the way up to your crown chakra. It's like a rocket ship of intention being launched out to the universe. But don't worry, I'll teach you how to do that. Just stick along with me. So the science of sex energy explained. When you build sex energy, you're actually increasing your energetic vibration. This does two things. You align with abundance. Money and pleasure vibrate on the same frequency. When you tap into pleasure, you tap into money, which is, hello, who doesn't like pleasure? Number two, your energetic field expands. Ever notice how confident people who are turned on radiate a magnetic glow? That's their energy pulling in opportunities, success, and money towards them. They are basically becoming a magnetic vibration to what they want to attract. Bottom line, sex magic works because it turns you into a high-powered energy transmitter. And when you learn how to direct that energy, you become a magnet to money. So now you know how to become a walking magnet towards money using sexual energy. Let's get into how sex and money are so connected. There's actually 3 key points because, as we know, money is not paper, it is energy, and it likes to flow and be exchanged and received, just like sexual energy. The more you're open and relaxed you are towards it, the more pleasure you get out of the experience. Both require openness to receive. So if you have blockages with receiving pleasure, you most likely have blockages with receiving money, or you're very unstable with your finances. Sorry to tell you. This is why people who have issues with intimacy often have issues with their finance. We create life with sex energy, and you could also create wealth if you direct that sweet moment to manifesting money or wealth and abundance in your life. Both energies need to flow, not to be forced. Sex is not pleasurable when it is forced. It has to just flow. When you relax and surrender, you enjoy the experience way more. And this could be related to money. If you relax and trust the universe in terms of your faith is louder than your fears, and you allow money to flow in, this is why sex magic is so important. It bridges the energies and it teaches you how to receive without resistance. So step number 3, the step that you guys have been waiting for, which is a step-by-step money magic sexual ritual. Now, it's time to get juicy in here, but it's also time to get serious. As I said before, make sure you practice magic with somebody who you trust and absolutely love. As the more connection you have with that person, the more potent your manifestation will be. And we got to remember, sex is sacred. Okay, if you're participating this sexual ritual, make sure it's somebody that you care for and trust. You want to make sure that your partner has the same intention as you, because if you go into sex and you don't give your partner a heads up that you'll be chanting manifestation, that sweet spot, they might be looking at you crazy, and that kind of could ruin the relationship. So if you're in a sacred relationship where you can actually have this conversation with your partner and say, you know what, tonight, let's be intimate and let's manifest money. And then you explain how to do so and let them be on board. And you guys both have the same intention, and makes your manifestation more potent. I'm going to tell you the ritual that I find the most potent for me. Use green and gold are the candles that symbolize money, but honestly, use whatever candle you can use. Fire, as you could tell, I love fire. I'm a Leo. I am ruled by fire and the sun. So I always have candles burning. Anyways, fire has a tendency to amplify your energy. That's why it's important to light candles. And near a candle, you would write down your intentions for your sexual acts. So for instance, I want to attract $5,000 by divine grace for A, B, and C, and D. And set my intention near but safe spot by the candle within the area where I'm going to be participating with my partner or partners. So step number 2 is activate your energy. So you're going to start activating your sexual energy nice and slow, doing what you got to do and building up that sexual energy. And don't rush. Take your time with everything. When you're doing sex magic, you really want to take your time with it and do deep breathing and really sensing that pleasure of that energy. While you're in that deep pleasure state, you want to be visualizing about money. And you don't want to be visualizing about money all the time, because that's a fucking mood kill. Like, let's be honest. You just want to have little pin drops of it. So you're doing your thing and then you're like, oh, I want to manifest money at $5,000. And then you go back and you focus on your partner. And then you drop back into, I want to manifest $5,000 by divine grace. You want to build up that sexual energy within your lower pelvic area, because that's where our sexual energy resides. And then when you're about to reach your orgasm, you want to make sure you want to start to charge your intention. So this is probably when you want to speak it out loud or whisper it. You don't want to be like, I love money during sex. That could also be a mood kill, but it also depends how comfortable you and your partner are. And you could supercharge your intention. I am abundant. Money flows to me easily by divine grace. And then when you're about to reach that sweet spot, listen to this. You want to feel that energy from your root and bring it all the way up. You want to shoot it out from your crown. So it's like a rocket ship heading to the universe. And an orgasm usually lasts between 1 to 7 seconds. Okay. So when you're close to climaxing, start repeating money mantras in your mind or whisper it, such as "I love money is attracted to me." But you don't want to be solely focused on that, because that could just ruin the whole experience. You could say 1 to 2 money mantras and then focus back on what you're doing or how you're doing it or how you're receiving it. So it doesn't have to be a constant thing, because that could be a freaking mood kill, and you don't want to do that. When you get to that sweet point, like seconds before, you want to really feel into your root chakra, feel into that orgasm at your root chakra, and send that energy all the way up to your crown with your money intention. So usually when the energy reaches here, you want to focus on money. At the peak, you want to see your orgasm as a golden light shooting out of your head straight into the cosmos. You could also use that visualization to shoot your intentions into the universe. I have created many money candles using my sexual energy. If you want to know how I do that, let me know in the comments below and I will make a video for that. So the last step, you want to trust that your intention has been set. Now your only job is to relax and being open and receiving the intuitive hints, the inspired action, the call to action that you will receive, or even unannounced money by divine grace being deposited in your account. And make sure, as always, you say thank you. And if you want help on manifestations, please watch my video above. I'll link it above and below on my money manifestations that you should listen to for 7 days. So step number 3, we do not need a partner to manifest money or to harness the sexual energy. We could accomplish this goal on our own. This is why it's important for you to learn how to masturbate properly to manifest before you incorporate a partner, because you will be able to control your own sensations at your own timing and know when is the right time for you to repeat mantras, know when the right time when to slow down your breathing to bring the energy up, and so forth. So when you have that orgasm, you want to see that energy shooting up from your root chakra all the way up to your crown chakra and exploding into the universe like a direct signal. So yeah, go ahead and practice as often as you want. I would highly recommend, before you bring in a partner to manifest money, you masturbate on your own to manifest money and harness that sexual energy and learn how to control it and how to use it in your favor and enjoy it. Obviously, why not? What do you really have to lose? Money and pleasure is our birthright. Like, I know I came on our earth to experience all pleasures and all abundance, and I expect you to do the same. And we should not be afraid to use our sexual energy to manifest the life that we desire. You don't have to chase or beg for money. You could really just attract it. Using sexual energy is one of the most sacred and powerful energy force that you could use, and I highly recommend you participate in it and you revel in it and you enjoy it. And on that note, thank you for riding with me within my M3 community as we use sex energy to attract abundance to live financially free. I will see you on the next one. Bye.